our daily dose of cringe. And we have this 46-second clip from our new Prime Minister, Mark Carney, where he wants to spend less to invest more. Let's have a look at this.
I have a simple rule. Spend less, invest more. Let's say you buy a home. The down payment and the mortgage cost a lot up front, but your home builds value over time. That's an investment. Now you still have other bills like heat and electricity. You need them, but they don't make you better off in the long run. Those are operational expenses. I will balance our operational budget in 3 years. We'll spend what we need to with the money we already have. And we'll do things that encourage the big investments that create jobs and grow our economy, like building millions of homes, making Canada a clean energy superpower, and creating new trade routes so we're not dependent on the United States. Spend less, invest more.
I'm actually a little bit like, there's something I don't understand, because it's not him that is actually spending more than Trudeau currently.
Yeah, well, that's what I was just going to say. Where's the budget? Mark Carney, we don't have a budget. Like, his government has not tabled a budget. And instead of saying, you know what, Parliament's been prorogued for and not even sitting for the vast majority of the last year-ish, 6 months for sure. So we're going to delay our summer recess so that we can table Canadians a budget, because in these tumultuous times, these economic times, Canadians deserve to have a budget. Instead of doing that, Mark Carney was like, yeah, I think we're going to get to it in the fall. So stay tuned, but I'm going to head on to vacation now. So, see ya. And then, he says things like we're going to spend less so we can invest more. And again, I just keep coming back to, where is the budget? And I loved that Chris Stacey pointed out in the comments, we're running a $92 billion deficit, which is higher than the Trudeau government projected, by the way. How is that spending less? Yeah, I mean, the proof is quite literally in the pudding. So we're not actually spending any less. We're spending record amounts on interest only on that deficit. So none of this makes sense. We're not spending any less. We're spending way more on interest. We don't have a budget. The budget hasn't been balanced since Trudeau's reign of terror, and arguably for the last, I think it was 12-ish years. You'd have to source back to the Canadian Taxpayers Federation, which follows all of that so closely. But he also says in there, the sneaky little bit at the end, create new trade routes so we are less dependent on the US. That is how we would spend less and make more, is to further strengthen those trade routes with the US. They are quite literally our bordering neighbor. How is anything going to be less expensive than just strengthening the trade routes that we already have with our southern border, strongest ally historically, and biggest trade partner? We're undoubtedly going to need to spend more if we're creating new trade routes abroad with Europe, who Carney is attempting to align Canada more with, the European Union, than he is to the United States. So this is full of Orwellian doublespeak. And I see in the comments that a lot of people are seeing through it. So I love to see that, but I don't know how much it's going to actually change anything with this government.